Hi, I'm Shannon Sodano. I'm a nutritionist and I also teach fitness and yoga and love sharing ways to use food and movement to enrich your life. And today I have a friend who's going to help teach us about a cocoa tea that's traditional for her and really great for us to bring into our life. So Wendy, can you tell me a little bit about this special cocoa tea and how you got so familiar with it?
Well, first of all, it is a traditional Caribbean chocolate beverage that we normally drink on weekends, and I'm from the island of St. Lucia. First of all, the cocoa that we use is 100% organic, and there is cinnamon, there is nutmeg, there's cloves, there's lemon rind, and bay leaf in there, and it's all boiled, and milk.
So for making this cocoa tea, we're going to think like tea, and we filled this pot about halfway with water, and now Wendy's going to grate some of the spices and the cocoa in. So what do we do first?
Okay, first you take your cocoa. Well, most of you guys don't have the cocoa stick, so you grind your cocoa beans in the coffee grinder, and you would add it to the water.
And how much? How much should we be putting in?
There's no specific measurement because, you know, it's cocoa, and it's just like, you know, when you have the Nesquik thing,
just like based on your taste.
Based on your taste and how strong you want it. So you taste as you go along on whether you want it stronger or whether if it's too strong to add more water. So there's no specific measurement, you just taste as you go along.
Great.
To make sure that it's to your liking. So I'm going to grate my cocoa stick. And then you add it to the water. So you just drop that into the water.
So we'll be straining it after, right?
Yes, you could use a strain because there's going to have like bits and pieces in there after the whole tea is done. So
okay, we'll do that at the end. So this looks like something needs to happen here. Do we put it in whole?
You could put it in whole, and you could grate it, like depends on
it's our cinnamon sticks.
yeah, depends on, let's see if I could, well, I could put it in whole. I'm just going to put it in whole.
And then bay leaf goes in?
The bay leaves go in. I normally put about 3.
Yeah, that's a lot. That'll be tasty.
Yeah. And
what about the cloves?
Some cloves.
These are great, especially if you're trying to stay healthy and prevent any kind of sickness.
I would count sometimes.
Count.
I would say about 9 cloves. 9, 10 cloves would be fine.
Good to know.
And
then what about the nutmeg?
And the nutmeg. I would normally, like, if I have the whole nutmegs, I would normally just grate up a bit. I will not put too much. Maybe like if you had any maybe like a no, not so much, not a teaspoon, but very little.
It smells good. And I just found out that it's not only good for mental clarity, but it can also help you relax at night before going to bed. Oh, so pretty.
And your lemon rind. So you basically cut off the rind from the lemon or lime, whichever ones is fine. And you put it in there. And you boil it on the stove until there's a good consistency where the chocolate is kind of mixed with the water, where you can't see the water anymore when it becomes one. And later on, when it's done, when it's almost done, you add your milk and you're done.
Okay, so the cocoa and spices were in the water for like 10 to 15 minutes?
Yes, about 10 to 15 minutes.
And then you added a couple more things?
We added our almond milk and a little bit of the coconut milk, just about a teaspoon. Was it like a tablespoon?
A little more, maybe,
yeah.
So it looked a little bit white and creamy,
yes.
and a tiny bit of vanilla as well.
Yes.
And now like with tea, we're going to strain it. So you guys can do this on a bigger scale. You can use something like a cheesecloth or a nice fine strainer, and we're going to do it cup by cup. So let's go for it. Thank you, Wendy. This is such a special treat, and I love the fact that we all hear how cocoa and chocolate can be good for us, but there's so many unhealthy things thrown in, and this gives it a wonderful twist. So have a nice, heart-healthy, antioxidant, rich, and relaxing drink, whether it's Sunday morning or at night before bed. I hope you guys love it too. Thanks.
Bye.